Welcome in, everyone, to a special edition of Locked On Seminoles. I am your host, Brian Smith, and I'm joined today by Bless Harris, offensive tackle for the Noles. We're going to be talking some Florida State, a little bit of his background, what he likes about being a Florida State Seminole, and all that fun stuff. And we are sponsored today by Athletic Brewing. Bless is a sponsor for Athletic Brewing Company. Please check them out. So without further ado, Mr. Harris, how you doing today, sir?
How you doing? Good morning.
This is a pretty cool opportunity. I appreciate you and Athletic Brewing let me do this. Let's get into the questions, man. These are fun for me, by the way. This is why I like being in media. When did you know football was your future, and how did you come to that conclusion?
I've been playing ball since I was young, starting off at 5 years old. But when I got to, like I say, my sophomore year of school, high school, I had to sit out due to the fact of changing districts and from Slidell to New Orleans. So I didn't have the opportunity to go out there and play my freshman year. So I can say after that, I can say my junior year, after I quit my McDonald's job, I was like, okay, I'm doing it.
There you go. So you just went all in, for lack of a better phrase. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Number two, when you were in the transfer portal, you had a lot of options. What made you eventually decide on Florida State?
I can say when I got here, I actually came to the Miami versus Florida State game. And
Okay.
I actually see the 4th and 14 that going.
Oh,
that
yeah.
That was a surreal moment right there. So I was like, I'm like, I want to be a part of that.
There you go. That's one of my favorite rivalry games, and you were blessed to have an opportunity to see that game. Right. So I'm not surprised you picked that reason. Playing for a nationally ranked team like the Noles, how has that experience been, such as going up against teams like LSU, and then you had a chance to play in Death Valley, Clemson? Like, what's that like, being in those kinds of environments when, the other teams' fan bases are pretty crazy too? Those schools got some nutty fans. What's that like?
Like Coach Norvell said, when we go in those places, it's all about us. It's not about them, what's going on around us. So we just try to keep the main thing. So it's been working for us.
I'm just curious, as an add-on, was Clemson the wildest place you've been away from Doak?
Yeah, I can say, yeah, it has. Yeah, Clemson was pretty loud.
Okay. All right. 4, you played at a program that I know well, St. Augustine in New Orleans. It's one of the most famous programs in the South. It's in an area where football is religion. I mean, New Orleans football is a big, big deal. How did that help you get to the point where you were recruited, you ended up at Lamar, then you transferred to play for the Noles? How did that all change through the process?
Going to St. Augustine, it kind of like set the foundation for me. That kind of gave me the platform to, get these scholarship offers from out of high school that, maybe I went to a different school, a high school, I maybe wouldn't have the opportunity to get a scholarship. Like I would have the chance to go to St. Augustine to get it because they had the exposure and things like that.
Sure.
But I'm sorry, what was the other question? I didn't catch it.
Oh no, like just overall, like I can't even off the top of my head guess how many guys have went on to the NFL from your school. Like what, like practice? Is this true or false? Was practice at St. Aug kind of like it is with the Noles? Like practice during the week?
Yeah.
Was harder than the games most of the time. Not maybe always, but okay.
I can say yes. The mental standpoint from it, yes, sure.
Okay. Number 5, obviously the NFL is the long-term objective. I'll speak for you there. How do you believe Florida State playing? Again, you go against Jared Verse in practice. I'm sure that helps. But how does it every day at practice, being around this coaching staff, how does that help you reach the NFL as your long-term goal?
With the coaches behind us, they always pushing us to be 1% better every day. So that's just that already as it is, man. Good, like competition wise, going against the best that I'm gonna see throughout the season. Like I've been getting it since spring, and now we're here in the fall. So it's just been good getting that work, with the guys that's out there killing other teams.
There you go. All right, number 6, you're a sponsor for Athletic Brewing. What do you like about Athletic Brewing Company, and why did you decide to go and be a sponsor for them?
Athletic makes so many great tasting products, like non-alcoholic brews. So I mean, I guess that was a good opportunity I snagged and got out there, and they've been helping us as an O-line, reach our platform and things like that.
That's cool, man. It's great that NIL is now a part, because I grew up in an era where the players really didn't get much. So It is pretty cool that Athletic Brewing's doing that. I appreciate their efforts. Number 7, name something that people may not know about Bless Harris, whether it's a hobby, something that you like to do, something that a little bit off the range.
I was in a band. So let me explain this. So when I told you about earlier, and I said I had to sit out due to the fact that I had to change districts from my old school to
right.
So I joined the band at that happened. So that's a good experience to at St. Augustine. You know, those don't know we have the Marching 100, the true Marching 100.
Really? What was that? Well, you know, that's okay. Now that is a great answer, first off. And some of the high school bands in the South, I've been blessed because I scout all over the place. They got some pretty cool stuff. So the whole 9 yards with dancing and the whole 9, is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah, it's a Catholic, all boys Catholic school in New Orleans,
right.
down in New Orleans. Yeah, Heart of New Orleans.
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty cool, man. Number 8. This might be my favorite question because I have no idea what direction you're going to go. Talk a little bit about Jordan Travis. Obviously, he's the Noles quarterback. He's a Heisman candidate. A, what's it like to kind of be around him? And B, what's he like in the huddle? Like clutch plays against Clemson or what? What's he like in those critical moments?
Man, Jordan is a leader, bro. He sees things before they're even there. Like even before we do our Friday focus meetings and everything like that, when Coach Novell be going through the plays and stuff like that, he has the answer already made before Coach Novell came and say, what you got right here, Jordan. So he's one of those type of guys, and it's been real cool to play with him because he's a playmaker, and that's the guy I go out there and give my all for.
I'm going to go out on a limb as kind of a secondary question to that it's pretty easy to give your 100% because you love football, but playing for him and blocking for him, right. That's got to be like extra motivation, right? Is that fair?
Yes, it's very fair.
Okay, because like every time I've seen Jordan interviewed or like any kind of situation, like taking pictures with kids, I'm like, that dude's getting the crap kicked out of him, but he's always just positive. I mean, football, right. I don't care what position you play, you're getting hit. So I'm like, this is a rarefied air. Florida State's blessed to have him, and y'all blessed to have him as a teammate. That's cool. So good for you to have that opportunity. We got one more question for you, man. Finally, what's it like? This is a great one too. What's it like to run out of the tunnel at Doak Campbell Stadium in front of all those crazy Florida State fans?
It's a surreal feeling. I kind of black out before I go out there. Like I'm just laser focused. I'm locked in. But other than that, you can ask anybody else on the team, they'll pretty much say the same thing. Like you get chills. Like it's just I can't explain it really.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
because that means it's important.
Yeah,
and I've always thought that I've always loved Florida State's helmets anyway, and I think most people, whether they like the Noles or not, will admit that. But seeing them come out of the tunnel, it's always been really cool for me, and I just think that's one of the pageantry parts of college football is the entrances, and Renegade and all of that, and Chief Osceola, that the whole 9 yards with the Florida State pregame, and then it's accented when you guys come out of the tunnel. So right. It's pretty freaking cool. Well, Bless, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Thanks to Athletic Brewing Company. I appreciate everybody checking this out. Make sure you come back and get us again. Hope to have Bless on the show again very soon. Thank you very much, everybody. Bless, I'll be with you in just 1 second, but everybody have a great day.